Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to show you a really cool no mythic team you can use for this week's raid boss. A really effective team at the same time. But before we start, North Star, the guild I'm in, does have one spare slot at the moment. So if you're looking for a change of guild or just want to join a really cool guild, then message Red Hot Rockstar. First of all though, let's pop to the shop and grab the stuff we need. Tier 1, you get the Potion of Enchantment, really cool. Enchant all allies at the start of battle for this event only, and you need to get that. But you'll get it anyway, because you need to get Tier 2 at least to get hold of the Godslayer. And you want to get hold of her, Leora Mistveil. Deals damage to an enemy, and if they're a boss, deal 3 to 5 times damage, based on my ascensions, and summons a Ctharrasque. So a decent powerful spell versus the bosses with a summon, very good. Spiritual Connection, not quite sure the bosses would be agreeing with that when she slaps them around the chops and knocks them into oblivion. Allied elves gain 2 life, immune to mana drain, silence, fairy fire and death mark, and of course Godslayer are the traits. At tier 3 there's a new weapon, a Misty Journal, dealing damage to the first 2 enemies boosted by Silverglade allies. We're not going to use it for this team, but it's always good to pick up new weapons, even if they don't sound that great. Anyway, regarding our Godslayer, there's 2 different ways to get her to Mythic level. You can either buy enough tiers to get her to Mythic level by having enough copies, or you can just simply buy tier 2 and then use a few Ascension Orbs to get her to Mythic. Right now, onto the team. Going to use Lord Arundel, Crystal Point, which is in the Soulforge at the moment, Leora Mistveil and Vanya Soulmourn. Lord Arundel is actually a Godslayer himself, dealing damage to an enemy boosted by their mana. If they're a boss, dealing 3 to 5 times damage. So this is really good to have this one here, because basically we get 2 chances to just bash at that boss, which is really good with extra damage. Crystal Point does damage to an enemy boosted by Silverglade allies, then creates a mix of 6 yellow and purple gems for each Silverglade ally. We're going to be an all Silverglade team, so that's going to be the maximum amount of yellow and purple, which feeds all the way into Leora and Vanya Soulmourn. She does damage to the enemy, of course, if they're a boss, doing that extra damage, and as the summon. And Vanya does damage to all boosted by blessed allies and summons a Silver Necropolis troop. So another summon in this team. And really cool about this team, the way this weapon works as well, because we get all those 4 matches when we do that normally, is we bless a random ally on 4 or 5 gem matches. So all works rather swimmingly. The banner for this is going to be the Banner of Madness from Lyraza's Lair. Kind of the perfect banner for this really. Plus 2 yellow, because yellow is the colour we use the most. Plus 1 purple, that's the next most popular colour. And then minus 1 brown, because it's the only colour we don't use. So absolutely spot on really. Going to go with Archmages for this. Very good for Mystics. Allied Mystics gain 2 life, gain 1 magic when an ally casts a spell, and gain 2 bonus purple mana when matching purple gems. So all that really useful for this team. And the talent trees are not to be sniffed at either. All purple allies gain 2 armor, steal 1 life from the first enemy when matching purple gems, anti-magic sphere, reduce damage from spells by 20%, start battles with 50% mana with mana source. These 2 are kind of rubbish, so this is by default. And Arcane Surge gain bonus purple from purple gem matches, even more purple. And all Mystics gain 2 magic and life when an enemy dies. So really cool set of talent trees and traits there in Archmages for this. Right, so let's jump into a few battles then. On the early battles, you can actually swap these 2 around. So Vanya gets first dibs on the purple to do damage to all and wipe everybody out. This should all be happening pretty quickly at the beginning. I'll just do a couple of these low level battles and we'll jump forward. So usually over very quickly. I mean, we've already got charged up with a weapon. Let's cast a weapon, bash someone out of it. There's our mana, there's Vanya. Nice medals on this team to boost up the power of Vanya and our other troops. Right, jumped forward a little bit to midway through stage 3. Still going to be very straightforward though, I think. Let's just see what happens. There's our explosion, there's our weapon, there's our damage, there's our mana. Yeah, Vanya's just going to wipe everybody out still. So yeah, way too easy still, way too easy. Let's jump forward a bit more. Chipmunks! Right, I've told the chipmunks to scram because I just realised that the dirty old boss has arrived. So let's show how we deal with that thing as it appears. So, next battle. Phase Ctharrasque. What does it actually do? Let's have a look. Kill an enemy and create 6 fairy fire gems. Whatever. You're not going to be around long enough, matey boy. Right, so our Vanya's already up, but so was our godslayer. So if you want, you got like 2 chances. You can actually kill it with this thing if you want. She's like, oi, oi, that was my job. Anyway, it's done. We'll argue about it later. You can use Vanya to mop up. If you got the power to wipe out in one go, all well and good. If not, then you can pick them off with the other troops. I told you to scram! Blinking things. Right, let's get back to this, because it's important to show how we deal with this mouldy Ctharrasque thing when it appears, because you don't want that thing casting. Very important to get rid of it as fast as possible, because it can get charged up pretty quickly. So even if your other godslayer gets charged up first, just use it to bash that thing out of the way. And the rest of it should be pretty plain sailing. It's weird, isn't it? I'll just picture the plane, as in airplane sailing, then plain sailing, because my mind works in mysterious ways. I jumped forward a bit more to where Ctharrasque is a little bit more powerful than a lot of people would actually go in this event, but I want to try and show how with this double godslayer system, how you can take advantage of the extra magic from the new godslayer. Like Leora here, she gets ×2 magic for this event, so it's like 196 is the damage it's being done for me compared to the normal 103 for the standard godslayer. So what you can do is, if you get them both charged up, let's what should we do first? Let's actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's give them a wallop. Weapons up next round anyway. Let's soften them up with Vanya. Let's finish that top troop off with the weapon while we're getting some mana. Now both godslayers are up. This is, I wanted to do this on purpose. So a lot of people would just default to doing this with Leora, but if you're going to kill them with your standard godslayer, you're still doing that 3 to 5 times damage, remember? You can get rid of Ctharrasque, and then basically you can use the extra damage here. We're now doing 200, look. So that's going to be plenty to wipe out either one of those troops. This is ideal for that top troop because they're about to cast and Vanya wouldn't finish them off. So we can actually finish them off with our new godslayer because of that extra damage boost, which is all rather handy. Well, I think so anyway. And bash them out of there. Right, just going to show a couple more battles, then we'll call the video a day. This video, you are absolutely this. I'm pointing towards a sign that says a day. Yes. I know. Spectacular, aren't they? Right, let's get our stuff. Take no chances with matey boy, getting rid of it straight away. See you later, chap. Soften them up with a bit of damage there, a bit of damage to all. Using the extra damage from the godslayer. You can cast a weapon first, because obviously it can loop. Possibly a more sensible way to go about it would have been to cast a weapon first. See if you get the 4 match, you can then finish off with Leora instead. Right, on our last sigil, let's battle this level 342 Ctharrasque of the Fey Mouldy variety. Oh, we got an extra bird thing come in. Let's make sure we grab that first. Important to make sure you grab these things for the extra points. So to concentrate all my damage basically on the bird at first. Make sure we get that. Got a high chance of looping with this, which we actually didn't. Typical. We can finish off? No, not quite. So we can cast this. I want to make sure we get those points in the bag. Cast this. That's the points for the extra sigils. Let's finish off them at the bottom and then mop up the rest. Go on, you do your stuff. It won't do you any good. Oh, crikey, I thought I was going to not get an extra turn then. I thought it went completely pear-shaped, but it didn't. All is well. All is good in a hood. Let's give them a softener. Finish her off. Get the extra damage from this. ×2 magic, and she is walloped out of there. But there it is, there's the video. Really cool team for this. Absolutely went through all those stages like a knife through butter. If you enjoyed this video, it'd be really cool if you bash that like and subscribe button. It really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching. I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.